Ew. Ooh, new Rolls trailer. That I like. Seems like I know what this calls for. Let's do a theory. It feels like after so long of just the Among Us Fungal trailer coming out, we've already gotten so much stuff from this game. Like, we got new roles. We even got ourselves an Among Us TV show. Honestly, for Among Us fans, I don't know how it can get any better. But as I was watching the intro to the new Among Us roles, I realized something. Something is going on here. And while it's been mentioned through various other times that there is lore in Among Us, I think that I can prove that there is so much more than we previously thought happening here with the introduction of the fungal, with the introduction of all these new roles. And I think at the very end, this will shock you. So I think we should start out here with the elephant in the room of this whole mystery of Among Us's lore. We need to start out with the Friendsless trailer. Now, this trailer might not seem too important, but it definitely proves to us that the Among Us imposters live on Mira. Because, if you didn't know, Mira HQ has been proven time and time again to be part of, to be the imposters, like, home. But it's never been really proved that way until the Friends List update. Now, they could have used pretty much any map, but I think Mira would have had some sort of importance for them to have included it like that. So, that's part of the lore. Alright, so I think here with these Among Us roles that we have to put out here, at least in the beginning, because they are pretty important to the story of Among Us. It shows that they are definitely evolving here. Now, it shows on Skeld, at least here in this trailer, that the shapeshifter was probably created for Skeld because they didn't really know like what was going on and all that. But it's also shown that on Skeld, they might have learned from their mistakes on Polus because they have the vitals on every time. And then, like, the crewmates picking up new professions and the imposters evolving. They're both evolving to fight each other. And then the Guardian Angel, well, I just really don't know. But then when you compare that to the Among Us roles trailer that I'll show in a second for the fungal, that like just came out, then you realize that this entire point in Among Us, these like creatures, whatever the imposters are, the Miras, they are slowly evolving. We might never be able to stop them, but maybe that we will, but we'll just have to see what happens. So, as I promised, you are going to be able to see the Among Us Roles Part 2 trailer, or whatever this is, and kind of see how they're also evolving here. So, with the Noisemaker, I'd assume that somehow they're putting metal inside of the crewmates, I guess, or something. I don't know, maybe it's just some sort of trait that a crewmate would get over time. Just how it's kind of random. But the tracker is a little more clear to us. It seems that some crewmates have decided to take over the profession of using their map to track other crewmates or possibly the imposters using little bugs that they probably were able to create from the remnants of the Skeld inside of fungal. Now, the Phantoms are a completely different story. Phantoms the imposters probably evolved here with the Phantom to be able to use some of the invisible particle powers from the fungal, that like stuff that can mix and match you, that can keep you disappeared, and then they use that against the crewmates by somehow getting it into them through different traits and stuff. So, I mean, like, yeah, You're probably wondering why I even decided to add Mirror HQ in this at all. But Mirror HQ is very important to this. I take back what I said earlier about Shapeshifter. The Shapeshifter was created on Mira, I believe. And I think even if we haven't completed this full story on what these roles are, we can still theorize. Maybe more will be added in the future. We'll never really know what's going on here. We will just have to wait, probably for the Among Us show, because let's be honest, the Among Us show is going to tell us everything we need to know about this whole instance. And really, I think what we can take away from this is that you can't really solve anything that comes out from here. I'm sure MatPat learned that a lot from FNAF, but that's not the point here. We can theorize however we want about these roles, and maybe we'll never get the answer. Maybe we just have to wait for Innersloth to make this answer to whatever we need here. But in the end, I feel like no matter what happens here on this roll counter thingy-mabobber, blah 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 blah, we can have a good time theorizing everything that's going on. But for a quick summary of what I believe is going on here, I believe that Noisemaker and all Tracker, all those crewmate roles were just created as new professions, probably. And the imposter roles, they are evolved roles, created for the imposters to be able to not have all these issues. But, you know, like I said earlier, we can only theorize and hope that this will come out. So, this has been Dinoman on the very first episode of Dinoman Theories. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Dinoman out.